Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Element Indoor-Outdoor Wall Sconce. This is going to be the larger one, the largest one, and it's a 32036, two sizes below. I happen to have the smallest one here, so we can kind of check it out together and see what it's all about. And why don't we get into the size of the largest one we're talking about now. It's 30.5 inches tall, and that's going to be measured from the very bottom. We're going to use our smallest prop, don't forget. Bottom to very top, and then width on it is from here to here, and that's coming in at 8 inches. Projection from the wall, which is here, coming all the way out, so the farthest point's coming out at 4.5 inches. It's going to be using a bracket that goes on the back, similar to this guy, but it's going to be 11 inches by 5 inches, bigger than this obviously. And the mounting height, that's the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the middle of this, which is going to be the middle of your junction box, is coming in at 22.9. You can call it 23 if you want. Okay, moving on from there, show you a little bit more information about this, and how we do it is we look at the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen, midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. Open that up for me. It is going to show you a full parts list, which there's not that many parts on this. There's the bracket, there's the fixture and a bunch of screws, and that's really about it. But it's going to show you some good other things like detailed drawings of the back of this, and a lot of you guys want to know how is this going to attach to the building, where does it attach to the building, and remember it's going to be that 22.9 inches on that larger one. Okay, why don't we move on from there and talk about what's going on inside this as far as lamping goes, because it's going to be very specific. It's using a par 20, actually two of these, two par 20s, and a par 20 ball basically shoots light in one direction. Easy to get. I can get these at any hardware store, Home Center, Lowe's, Home Depot. This one's off Amazon, I'll talk about in a sec, but let's talk about what par 20s can do. Par 20s can basically take this light, and you can see it's hiding up in here. Remember that we're talking about the bigger one. It's going to have two of them. It's going to wash light down all of these pieces that are impressed on here and put little shadows going down, so it's going to be pretty cool. And you can use up to a 75 watt halogen if you want to, two of them, don't forget, because you've got two sockets. And they're medium base porcelain sockets, just like this guy. And they're all going to be pointing down, very simple. They're just screw-in bulbs. There's nothing like really totally special about them. But the nice thing about these is you can get them in LED as well. And I got these LEDs at, I think I got these at Amazon. I use them all over our showroom, basically. I get them in the color that I talk about all the time in all these LED videos, or all the videos where we talk about LEDs, and that's going to be 3000 Kelvin. That's this nice warm light that's coming down on my hands. These are going to be offered to you in different types. They're going to be offered to you as LEDs in 2700 Kelvin, which is going to be super duper yellow, kind of an orange color, light coming out of it. They're also going to offer these to you in daylight. And daylight sounds like it should be a warm light. It is not a warm light. That's that bluish white hospital waiting room light. That's going to be 5000 Kelvin on the Kelvin scale. Like I said, we like to use this nice warm light, which is called soft white or warm white, and that's 3000 Kelvin. That's just where we want to go. So anyway, if you're going to be using this inside, you can also put this on a dimmer. Just make sure that you're using a dimmable LED. Hubbardton Forge only uses aircraft-grade aluminum to make their outdoor fixtures. Aluminum holds up the best in incredibly harsh environments. When you're out and you look up in the sky and you see all those jet airliners running around up there, those are all made out of aluminum for a reason. And part of that reason is it holds up great, like I said. It also forges beautifully. It holds finish beautifully. It doesn't rust. Remember that. It's very important. And they're virtually indestructible when they're all finished. So how Hubbardton does it is they take the fixture itself, they're going to wire it up at the top, they're going to put a wire at the bottom, they're going to send a current of electricity that's going to go through this fixture, making it positive, and they put it into a spray booth with a picture of the woman next to me. You can see she's spraying finish around it, and because it's positive, it's going to adhere to every nook, every cranny, the top, the bottom, the whole thing. After that, they're going to take this and they're going to move it into an oven. That oven is going to melt all of that down and create a very hard shell. So it makes it, again, virtually indestructible. So they've also tested these things in these wind chambers. So they take the fixture, all covered in that epoxy powder coat. It's going to go into that chamber. They're going to shoot salty seawater at it at high velocity for hours and hours and hours, just like you were at the beach and you have like a hurricane coming in, which to me is going to be pretty much the worst environment you're going to run into. So after they tested these and found out that they hold up incredibly well, Hubbardton Forge offers basically the best warranty in the lighting industry. And you can see that on the page for this. So if you scroll down a little bit, there's a link, and click on that, and it'll show you the entire warranty and how it all works. Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. And those same red tabs, you're going to see a what's on display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.